generally this pipe is anywhere from $55 to $75 a foot, and new. And so that when the outer diameter gets to a certain threshold and it wears down, then that pipe is no longer good. Well, to extend the life of the pipe, what we do is we apply the Stoody wire to the box end, it's called, or the female end of the drill pipe, 3-inch band, and then linear band, and then we put a 1-inch linear band on some pin ends, which are the male end of the drill pipe. I know that just from field experience, we're just seeing that reapplication after reapplication, even on top of the competitors' wires, we're seeing less cracking after use. And if you start cracking and leaving stray metals down in the hole, you can imagine the kind of issues you can have. You can get stuck in the hole. You can also puncture the casing. So those are the problems associated with having any kind of fracturing of the hard bands. The great thing about the Stoody, we've been able to reapply it and reapply it and reapply it, whereas some wires you can only reapply maybe half a dozen times, but we haven't seen any issues with applying the Stoody wire repeatedly up upon itself. Also, it goes on cooler than the competitors, so we've been seeing that we've been having a lot less internal plastic coating wear. This drill pipe has internal coating to help keep the mud that they use for to cool down the drill bit. The mud is kind of caustic, so it has a tendency to cause pitting and corrosion on the internal coating or liner of that pipe. So they put an internal plastic coating now on a lot of this drill pipe. So if you use a wire that's going too hot, you have to run water through the tube and to cool down the tubing while you're trying to apply this hard banding. But with the Stoody, what's great about it is it goes on cooler, and therefore from our major customers have not seen any internal coating or plastic coating cracking. And they're seeing it's more casing friendly, which is also a very positive side of the Stoody wire, is that it doesn't wear down the casing. It's still somehow it lasts longer than even competitive harder products that will wear on the casing. Yes, we're getting about a 20% greater longevity in between hard banding, which is great because our customers are enjoying the fact that they're paying less for the wire, because comparing it to the competitors, the Stoody is less expensive, but it's lasting longer. And again, we're seeing better reapplications. You're not seeing any porosities. We see hardly any splattering, and it looks real pretty. Fairleigh Proctor NS1 certification, and they happened to get that for us, and so that's when we started breaking through to the oil and gas market leaps and bounds with that certification, which it's what the major competitors have, but again, they're the ones that are more expensive and the wire doesn't last as long, and being that it's harder, it causes more abrasion on the casing. But the one thing that I've seen that stood out above anybody else, when we tried to use the competitor wire, we weren't getting nearly the customer service that we're getting now, and not nearly the support that we're receiving from Stoody. So, I mean, it was kind of a better wire, better customer service, and great technical support. So it's a win-win for us.